1859. Later on, it developed into the 1800s, 1882 to be exact. A man named Jigaro Kano created Judo because no longer, after the Tokugawa period, did the Japanese people want violence. They had enough. They'd warred forever and ever and ever in their country. They didn't want any more. Jiu-jitsu was too lethal. It was too violent. Jiu-jitsu is one of the most lethal martial arts on earth. What transpired next was the Japanese people said enough. We don't want this anymore. So they outlawed the use of jiu-jitsu. The Jujutsuka were furious. People like Moriya Oshiba, okay? Founder of your style, Aikido. People like Jigaro Kano, people like Gichin Funakoshi. All these major masters who studied jiu-jitsu primarily are now being told they can't practice their samurai arts. So they're furious. So what they said was, what we're going to do is we're going to make it simpler, and we're going to break it into 3 branches, and we will continue the art of the samurai under a different guise. 1882, Jigaro Kano was the first one to do that, and he created a style called Judo, the gentle way. The gentle because they didn't want people to realize they're practicing jiu-jitsu. But they couldn't use the strikes because people would recognize it right away, so they used all the throwing aspects of jiu-jitsu. The nage was them. In 1906, a student, the first student of Jigaro Kano in Judo, got his black belt and created a style named Shotokan Karate, from the house of Shoto, Kan meaning house, Shoto was his pen name, because he didn't want people to know who he was. His name was Gichin Funakoshi. He created the style of Karate. Kara, empty, te, hand. He liked the strike, power, hard, kick. He liked that. Because he's very much a warrior. So he created karate. And he started training his master, who was Jigaro Kano in Judo. So they all got together. Meanwhile, a man named Moriya Oshiba said, yes, I like this. So now he's jiu-jitsu, he learned judo, and now he's learning some formats of karate. He liked this, because they were all friends, you see. In 1925, Moriya Oshiba said, no more. I don't want violence anymore. I had enough in my life, killing and so forth, through all the different warrior periods that he was involved in. He found peace and harmony, and he became almost a monk, a very religious man. And he took trips on the mountain quite frequently to learn how to spiritualize. And he became very, very good as a spiritualist. By the way, Moriya Oshiba was a woodcutter. That's how his wrist became so very, very strong and powerful. I don't know if you did it. Okay, I know you did. Most of you. Okay, and so he was very powerful wrists. And he was a very good warrior, but he had enough. He didn't want any more bloodshed. So he created a style called Aikido, harmonizing way. Harmonizing way. He said, I don't need to throw hard and hurt my opponent. I don't need to hit and hurt my opponent because I don't want to hurt people anymore. Enough. I found a way through my spirit, and if somebody comes to me, I just let them go. Because I can go where their spirit goes. And thus came the circle. The movement of Aikido. This movement. Smooth flow. Because he knew that people's harmony flowed in a circle. And that's where Aikido came from. Aikido is a direct root of Jiu-Jitsu. The difference is Jiu-Jitsu is lethal. Hard, power. If you notice me, I'm very loud, I'm very abusive, or aggressive. Okay, our people look at me that way. I'm really not that way. But that's how I am in retrospect to comparison to somebody in Aikido. Somebody like Sensei Dan, very soft-spoken. Can be hard, but he uses a hard, soft power. I use a very hard damage, bang, 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 bang. He uses a very, I don't want to hurt you power. I use you come at me, I'm going to hurt you power. See the difference? Both of us are warriors. One of us, okay, is a warrior for the purpose of defeating an opponent. One of us is a warrior for peace in working with our opponent's spirit and befriending our opponent in such a manner that both are harmonies, regardless of his partner wants to work with him, his partner will work with him. It just comes that way. In my style, I don't want to work with him. I want to stop him. See the difference in mentality? Okay. That does not mean jiu-jitsu is bad, and it does not mean Aikido is bad. There is no such thing as bad in martial arts. It's only what's not acceptable to you, and what doesn't work for you, and what does work for you. That's all there is. Okay? Finally, in retrospect of all those things, with jiu-jitsu, we utilize any and all defensive tactics to eliminate our opponent's ability to eliminate us. We do not kill, we do not maim, we do not hurt. We hurt, kill, and maim our opponent's ability to kill, hurt, and maim us. If that means I will. If that means hurting you, I will. If that means maiming you, I will, depending on what the circumstances are. That is where our philosophy differs from Aikido. It is like this. Does the father better than the son? Or is the son better than the father? They're different. They may look both similar outside. They may both look similar inside, but they're different. And that's the same. Jiu-jitsu is the father, Aikido is the son. Two individuals looking and acting similar, but are totally different people. Follow me? Okay. Alright, show you some examples of jiu-jitsu. You can practice these if you wish. Please do not practice them in the dojo unless Sensei Dan allows them, because these are jiu-jitsu techniques. They're not so much Aikido techniques. You will see similarities. Again, like the father and the son, you will see similarities. But there is many, many massive differences. Tremendous differences. A typical jiu-jitsu technique, for example, would be used, the person throws a punch, we enter into a strike. Forward strike one, ribs, head. As I enter the head, we come into a choke motion. Eliminating our opponent. Another example, roundhouse punch. Kiss into the butt, striking hard, lock. Step, throw. From here, lock. He starts to climb up because I'm going to lift him. See, I'm going to force him up. Okay? As I force him up, I throw my leg through, crushing on the cheekbone or in the neck. Next motion, very, very simple. Roundhouse punch, huss, break, break, break. Finishing technique, break. As I lean out, I break. Finishing with a surfboard, bring his arm up. Arm up. Straight up here. This motion, this here, stepping through. Breaking both shoulders. A tackling attack. Coming up, crushing the windpipe. Breaking the arm, crushing the windpipe. From here, locking, rolling, breaking the arm, breaking the shoulder. See the vast differences? Tremendous differences. The throwing aspects you see in Judo. Jiu-jitsu is different. Here, Judo would enter, lock, harmonize, and just throw nice and soft. Jiu-jitsu is not that nice. Straight into the body, movement through, chopping into the groin. Now from here, breaking on the arm, but we don't give him the chance to turn over. See, Aikido would let him turn. Jiu-jitsu, don't give him the opportunity. So Jiu-jitsu stops him and breaks. Jiu-jitsu would also move through here, striking, breaking that arm, not giving him a chance to get away. Aikido always allows for a door for the person to travel through. We close all doors and suffocate the person. See the difference? Makes it sound like we're barbarians. Another example, throwing. Enter, up, to the side, into the temple, finishing with a turn. Crushing the side of the trachea. You like this, eh? Not supposed to like this so much. Same technique, roundhouse punch, with the blocking motion, similar to Shihonagi. Here you would carry the person's energy through. Here we'll break the arm. Breaking, throwing,
From here, we would do damage